blasted dimps! What could they possibly gain from raiding a sandwalker? They even prepared a ballista. Oh, this is bad. Incoming! Take cover! My dear guest, I'm sorry, but it looks like it's the end of our sandwalker joyride. Everyone must survive on their own from this point on. You're looking for your friend. Sorry, but as you can see, I'm a bit occupied at the moment. Yeah, I'm sure you'll find him on deck somewhere. But you'll have to find him yourself since I can't help you right now. Hey! Gwen! Let our guest here pass through.
Oh, I thought I was done for. Thank you. You're looking for your friend. But the deck is even more dangerous than here. You should at least take this with you. Although I'm not sure if it'll help out. You can use runes? Wow. You must be a Rune Hunter. That's a relief. I hope you find your friend. Liam, clear the path for our hunter.
There's literally no end to these dips. But this route had stayed relatively safe these days. What happened here? Hey, can you take care of these dips? We're all going down at this rate. Your friend? Oh, I'm guessing you're talking about that man. I saw him head towards the bow a while ago. Good luck.
Whoa! What's with all these dimps? What's going on here? I was just trying to catch some fresh air. But before I even realized, I got stuck here. I've been observing the situation develop while hiding here. And it seems the dimps are slowly overwhelming the crew. We can't just keep fending off the dimps that are crossing over. To end this, we have to take down their sandwalker. Looks like we have no other choice but to use this ballista. Want to lend a hand in turning the tables?
Rune Hunter, you made it, thank heavens. Your friend went east to Mallow Front. Please inform Guard Captain Poshi about this situation.
This path leads to Mallow Front, the forward base of Aphros. What brings you here? What? You took down Soak. Rune Hunter, I don't want to blame you, but you shouldn't have done that. Those dimps are now going to swarm in for revenge. We don't have time to waste. Lowen, let this Rune Hunter inside.
Hey, you made it! I'm glad to see that you're unharmed. I couldn't find you after the crash, so I had no choice but to make my way over here alone. I hope you're not angry that I left you behind. Honestly, it was my first time firing off a ballista. I didn't expect things to turn out like that. I kind of just hoped for the best. There were dimps at the canyon? Huh, I didn't see any. Guess I got lucky. Oh, I did hear that you took down a notorious dimp named Soak. That's probably why Guard Captain Poshi was looking for you. Why don't you go pay him a visit?
The Sandwalker was attacked again? Those damn dimps. They've been causing nothing but trouble recently. I'm just sick and tired of them. If this keeps up, we're going to have problems keeping the Sandwalker in service. Wait, do you hear that?
That's... The Wasteland Bandits are coming! Everyone to arms! Hurry!
Just as expected. You said you took down Soak, right? Then you're partially responsible for this mess. If you don't understand, go talk to Lance on the second floor. He'll fill you in with the details. What's with the stupid look on your face? Things are just getting started. Get a hold of yourself.
Oh, you must be the Hunter Captain Posse was talking about. I'm Lance, the deputy captain of the Aphros Guards. The sound of that bell signals an attack from the Wasteland Bandits. The Wasteland Bandits are notorious for threatening those who travel across Aphros wastelands, which is the only path that leads to Bellatus. They've competed against the Dimps, the natives of these wastelands, to take over Mellowfront for quite some time. But now the great Dim warrior Soak is gone. They're taking this opportunity to strike first. Can you help us stop the Wasteland Bandits? A letter that Alto was holding? Let me take a look. According to this letter, the Wasteland Bandits have a secret deal they're carrying out soon. There's not much detail about it, but it says that the deal will take place at Sunrise Hill. From the looks of it, there's a good chance that a key figure of the Wasteland Bandits will be there. Rune Hunter, defeat the Wasteland Bandits at Sunrise Hill and find out what they're planning.
So, you want us to be the bait for this great mission of yours. That right?
The Archbishop desires partnership, not individual sacrifices. We are inviting you to join our cause.
That's a typical excuse to expect out of management. Easier for them to stab us in the back.
Sir Morris, we are fully aware of your concerns. That is why we promise to award you with the title of a bishop, regardless of the success of this mission.
Wow, such generosity. Not too sure about your work ethics, but I can tell that you're a real crowd pleaser.
What are you implying?
Wait, hold on a minute. I think we have a rat amongst us. Who could be peeping at our meeting so attentively? Ha!
Morris was at Sunrise Hill? Rune Hunter. He's the head of the Wasteland Bandits. That's quite the achievement. I'm impressed. This will definitely break the morale for now. But a bishop? The other person must be part of a religious group. They're not exactly the type to hold hands with bandits. I believe we need to investigate more on this. I'll let you know once I finish organizing all of this info. By the way, Rune Hunter, Captain Poshi is looking for you. I believe he has something to share with you about the Sandwalker. You should get going.
Don't get your hopes up. I only have bad news for you. The Sandwalker that you were supposed to board was capsized again because of the Dimps. And now, Aphros has informed us that they're not going to send out any more Sandwalkers until we take care of the Dimps. We're all in a pinch. Originally, the Dimps only stayed within their domains, but I'm guessing that they've expanded their activity because of their Chief Paxos' orders. We're doing our best to find Paxo, but we just don't have enough men. If you manage to find and defeat Paxo, I'll give you a lifetime pass for the Sandwalker. How about it? Sounds pretty good, right? Paxo is currently suspected to be at the Ruins Cave. I'm counting on you.
I apologize, Archbishop. It was my incompetence that led me to trust a fool like him with such a crucial mission. But I have already prepared a backup plan. I assure you, there won't be any delays. I promise not to disappoint you this time.
Sandbug? You mean those bugs that always accompany the Titan creature Durka? I think you should just avoid getting involved in this issue any further. It'll only make matters worse for us. We'll search for Paxo at the Cave of Echoes, near the poisoned oasis. I already sent out a scout to the location, so feel free to join in.
You have no idea how happy I am to see you. What am I doing here? Well, this scout from Mallow Front came and asked me to accompany him here because he was so scared. I felt sorry for him since these parts are indeed quite rough. That's why I accompanied him, only to get stuck here as well. What should we do? We need your help. You're our only hope.
Rune Hunter, the dimps almost got me. Investigation? No way, it's a miracle that I'm even alive. Please talk with Captain Poshi if we make it back. I understand the urgency, but I'm nothing more than a guard. Rune Hunter, please don't leave me here. Help me, please?
What? You turned back when Paxo was in front of you because of the scout? Oh, you're a competent hunter. But don't you think you're being a bit too kind in this situation? This is an urgent matter. I hope you didn't forget that. Look for Paxo at the Cave of Echoes, near the poisoned oasis.
Hurry up! Hurry up, fool! Don't touch me, you idiot! Here he comes! The Chief of Paxo!
Get a grip on yourselves! We will no longer allow the humans to take advantage of us! The wasteland is ours! All dimps will have to remember this. We don't need a dim who can't even manage his own domain. I have decided to make an example of you. Execute him!
No! Paxo! Keep Paxo! Give me another chance!
Serves him right for flaunting.
How could a puny human...
Rune Hunter, you defeated Paxo. You're incredible. By the way, I looked into the bishop who came in contact with Morris, and I found something very interesting. That bishop is a follower of the Redanimo pagans who believe in the revival of serpents. Serpents. I believe that is the evil god who fought against the 12 beings in Trom mythology. But what's more urgent is that they're planning to seize Calicorda Fortress. If Calicorda falls, there will be no line of defense left to stop the vicious creatures from Bellatus. We must stop them at all costs. Will you discuss this matter with Captain Poshi?
Good work out there. You won't ever have to worry about Sandwalker fees anymore. It'll take some time before the routes are recovered. But once everything is back to normal, you'll be able to use the service whenever you want. I guarantee it. Oh, you heard about the pagans from Lance, right? It's a complicated matter. Let's take some time to think this through. I've been aware of the suspicious activities surrounding Calicorda, but I didn't know it was the pagans. Just like Lance said, if Calicorda falls, the creatures of Bellatus will roam free, and the neighboring region of Aphros wastelands will suffer. Besides, there's an old rumor about Bellatus. It's supposedly the land of the living dead, although I'm sure rumors are just rumors. Anyway, it's an urgent matter. We can't just sit idle and wait for the Sandwalkers to return. I need your help. There is a secret passage that leads to Calicorda, at the end of Mallow Front. We blocked it off due to creature attacks in the past, but this is an emergency situation. It's a bit annoying since you have to row the ferry yourself, but it's the quickest route available at the moment. Go find Kristen at Calicorda, the captain of the Aphros Knights. Tell him everything about the current situation.
You're here. Get in. I'll do the rowing. Take a seat and relax. You need some rest after working so hard. No worries. I'm just glad I finally have the chance to help you out. All right, let's get to Calicorda.
Thanks to your efforts against the Wasteland Bandits and the Dimps, Aphros Wastelands will remain safe for now. And the Sandwalkers will return to service soon as well. The waterway to Calicorda from Mallow Front was extremely long. And the air felt eerie throughout the entire trip due to all the corpses that were littered across the empty lots of the waterway. Calicorda is the bastion at the border between Aphros Wastelands and Bellatus, and every Rune Hunter heading to Bellatus has to go through it. Your true adventure as a Rune Hunter starts here.
Who goes there? Only authorized personnel are permitted to pass.
What's with all the ruckus?
These people came out from the blocked waterway.
Waterway? You mean the waterway connected to Mallow Front?
Yes, but we didn't receive word about guests arriving. Very suspicious.
It's definitely not normal, but it's fine. Release them. So, what brings you here, Rune Hunter? In short, the pagans are planning to take over Calicorda, but you don't know when they'll be doing it. What you just told me severely lacks plausibility. And all this talk about myths and advent of an evil god? Don't you think it's a bit absurd? Besides, it's not like we've seen any pagans around here. We're already occupied with dealing with the terrors from underground. You Rune Hunters are all the same. I can't trust people who blindly do anything for money. The gate to Bellatus can only be opened once Calicorda is stabilized. So why don't you help out a bit in the meantime?
Rune Hunter, it's dangerous to go below this point. We accidentally invaded the terrorist territory as we were expanding the underground prison, and they're quite aggressive. Many ventured down there, but only a few returned uninjured. Please, be careful.
I never thought I'd be so happy to see a Rune Hunter. Lend me a hand. There's this pagan named Soslin inside, and he's been killing all the prison guards on sight. At this rate, all of us are going to end up dead. Please stop him. I'm begging you.
Thank you, Rune Hunter. We were helpless with both the terrors and the pagans attacking us. For some reason, the number of pagans has been growing out of control down here. We're gonna need reinforcement to control this situation. Please report our situation back to command.
Pagans underground? So everything you said was true. That doesn't make me feel any better about this. It'll be difficult to provide backup. We already have our hands full with the terrors. I'm sorry, but I need you to handle this. If you're heading to Bellatus, I don't think you have much of a choice. Why are you in such a rush? Pitiful being. Soon, history will be rewritten with the resurrection. March forward towards the new start, citizens of the new empire!
Pagans! So many of them! What are they doing here? Before they gather more forces? Captain Kristen is absent at the moment. Do you need assistance? So, the pagans are moving along the wall. But the troops cannot be mobilized without the captain's orders. That is the rule. Why don't you go there first to see what the pagans are up to? I'll brief the captain about mobilizing the troops once he returns.
Many followers have been sacrificed. Who dares to stand against us? You shall pay for this with your blood!
Don't think that it's over until it really is over.
Wait! I am Lovia, heir to the Triad Kingdom. If you don't believe me, take a look at this pendant. I just woke up one day to find myself trapped in here. The last thing I recall is embarking on the Bellatus expedition. I do not understand why I'm in prison here. This is absurd. How can a prince be treated like a mere prisoner? I must return to Triad as soon as possible, and hold Aphros responsible for this. I was told that someone is going to come for my aid soon. So please, Rune Hunter, do not tell anyone about what you heard here today. Once I return to the palace, I swear upon my name to repay you for your help.
A prisoner mutated? It seems like the plague is spreading in the solitary area. Things are just getting worse by the minute. Looks like we can't delay mobilizing the troops any further. If left alone, they're going to become a bigger threat than the Terrors. However, we must figure out where the pagans are coming from before we can deploy our troops. I need you to take a look into that matter. Rune Hunters are good at gathering information, right? Go find out where the pagans are coming from.
Wait, you said you were just at the solitary area. Was the plague already spreading? Isn't it strange that the plague began to spread after you visited the solitary area? How can you prove that you're not working for the pagans? Keeping your silence, huh? Fine, we'll find out soon enough. But let me just give you some advice. Try not to do anything suspicious. It won't do you any good as an outsider.
You must be a Rune Hunter. It's quite obvious, huh? You want to know if there's anything suspicious around here? Well, every day is the same here. Nothing special ever happens. Underground waterways seems a bit noisy these days, but it's probably nothing. Whatever. It's not important. Come on, drink up. It's a crime to stay sober at a bar.
You're saying that the pagans are coming up from the underground waterway. In that case, please hurry to the 3rd floor of the underground waterway. That's where the underground waterway ends. You should be able to put an end to the pagans there.
You stopped the pagans flawlessly. That proves you're not a pagan. And as you can see, I'm no pagan either. It appears we don't have any business with each other. Let's part ways in peace. And by the way, the Terrors are attacking the castle walls at the moment. It seems like an emergency. You should hurry back up there.
Rune Hunter, I have terrible news. The Terrors... The captain has ordered all Rune Hunters in Calicorda to be sent out to the war front. Captain Kristen and all of our troops are currently standing off against the Terrors. Please, make haste.
The Terrors are gathering their forces and planning to crawl over the castle walls. At this rate, it's only a matter of time before the fortress falls. Let's take out the terrors here first. I'm certain their leader will be nearby. We'll defeat the leader and advance to the castle walls.
Why are they overacting to digging up the ground a bit? Damn those terrorists!
Hurry! There's no time to waste. The terrorists are coming. We must hurry and go back. Wait. What? The ground is shaking!
I've never seen anything so big. Most of our attacks won't even be able to scratch it. Looks like the ballista is the most viable option to overcome this problem. Let's move out. I can't believe you thought of using the catapult. That was impressive. I was wrong about you, but this isn't over yet. A report says that a monster is climbing the castle wall towards the spire. Is this the Terra Chieftain Glanus? You must be really skilled. I'm sorry I didn't acknowledge you before. Rune Hunter, you are a hero of Calicorda. You are the one who saved Calicorda from certain disaster. Let us return and declare our victory. You did well.
The hero of Calicorda is here!
It's all thanks to you, Rune Hunter.
Ha! Wait! Step aside! That Rune Hunter is a pagan spy!
What is it, Fred?
Captain, I saw this Rune Hunter talking with a pagan at Underground Waterway. I will provide you with the details later. What are you waiting for? Arrest this Rune Hunter and take them to prison now!
Why are things turning out like this? I was just looking around the shops at the plaza before I got dragged over here. That loaf of bread at the bakery looked really delicious. Anyway, are you all right? How can they treat the hero of Calicorda like this? It's a real shame. There must be a misunderstanding. Just wait here. Let me do something about it. I'm sure I can. Huh? I hear something from the other side of the wall. Watch out!
I saw the ruckus at the plaza. How could they frame a hero like you? The waterway behind me leads to the Simmerswamp of Bellatus. The path is like a maze, but I can guide you to the exit. There's no time to waste. Let's hurry.
The news of your escape was immediately reported to Kristen. And the news of Prince Lovia disappearing clearly shook Kristen as well. You were able to safely escape from Calicorda thanks to a mysterious man who guided the way. You have no idea who he is, and what he was doing there. But what's certain is that he saved your life. Simmerswamp, the place which lost its charm from the poison of the plague. You smile bitterly thinking that you arrived at Bellatus somehow, despite becoming a wanted fugitive by the Aphros Knights.
You must be a Rune Hunter. There's no need for introductions. Almost all outsiders who come here are Rune Hunters. And they all ask the same question. Which way is Bellatus? Where are runes and essences buried? Is that what you want to know as well? But let me give you some advice. If you value your life, turn back. It may be difficult to understand why I am saying this to you. But please, take a look at this. They are all Rune Hunters, just like you. But they ended up like this because of the plague spreading in Bellatus. Bellatus is a hostile land. If you seek to survive, you must have a strong will and determination. Are you ready for the challenge? If not, it would be wise to return to Drown before you meet an ill fate like them. You're still not going to turn back. Then I guess there's no other choice. There is a way to stay active around this area. As you can see, I'm completely fine moving around here. But I'm uncomfortable telling someone whom I just met. I worry this information may be misused by the wrong person. If you wish to learn the secret, defeat Karoka at the Shade Plains and Fropo at the Blackwater Plains and prove your goodwill.
From what I hear, this is the only choice we have left. I'll head out to the plains and help you as well. It'll be more helpful for me to just stay put? Fine. Then I'll do as you say and stay here until you return. But promise me you'll come back.
Very well. I can tell that you're determined to go through with this. You must be stronger than I had imagined. Where are my manners? I am Liet, head of the Simis tribe at Simisbikul. I believe you've seen them during your journey to defeat Karoka and Fropo. The primal Simises resemble us, but they lack our intelligence. We were just like them not too long ago. However, since the professor taught us how to speak and read, a lot has changed. The professor also studied plants in Simi Swamp and found a way to save us from the horrible plague. The professor went to Myrtree Hill to find Myrtree leaves that are used to make cures for the plague. You will find the professor there if you need to talk to him.
Are you a Rune Hunter? Thank you for your help. This tree is fighting against the plague. It's doing its best to survive, but I fear that it will die without any help. There are already a large number of plagued trees that are spewing out contaminated spores. The trees here are caught in a vicious cycle of the plague spreading. Could you please take care of the contaminated stumps around here while I help this myrrh tree? That should do for now. Since we've resolved the biggest concern, I'll just have to keep an eye out. Are you okay? You don't look so well. It appears you've inhaled some plague spores from the stumps. I should have warned you about them. You will experience a seizure soon, but stay strong and calm. You're still at an early stage, so it can be fully treated without any after effects. Just place your trust in me, and let us return to Simisbikul first. Remember, stay strong and calm until then. Aha. How are you feeling? The myrrh tree leaf has the power to fight off the plague. That's not all. The power of the myrrh tree leaf will stay with you for a while and protect you against the plague.
What do you mean, the plague? Is it serious? Who are you? I was really surprised by the news. From what I heard from the Simises, the plague can even mutate limbs. Wait, if you become a monster, my handsomeness will attract even more attention. Guess that's a win for me. I'm kidding. Anyway, I think you can relax now. You're completely healed. He must be the one the Simises call the Professor. He doesn't seem like a bad person. I mean, he did help you get cured after all.
How do you know that man?
I see. I got it. My name is Pan. I met my friend at Traum in Ortimus, and we've been journeying together ever since. One day, I found myself in a bed with amnesia. The only thing I remembered was my name, Pan. But that's also something I was told by the doctor. My friend here was the only person who offered to help during my hopeless, wandering days at Artemis. Mentioning that, a lot of rune hunters gather at Bellatus, and that rune hunters often hold lots of information, which could lead to a clue about my memories.
I understand the situation. That means your next destination will be at Vina. It is a village of settlers who come from many places, so it would be ideal as a base of operations. But it won't be easy to get there now. The plague-infected Romalda has grown to influence the entire Simiswamp. Romalda is too powerful to be defeated right now, so we must approach this problem one step at a time. Could you take care of the Romalda branches inside the polluted forest first? Told me about you, and you're just as skilled as he said. Do you have any injuries? I'm sure you have a lot of questions for me, especially about Romalda. How much do you know about the Bellatus expedition that the Trom Alliance started 10 years ago? It's no understatement to say that the war began with the fight over Tria's throne. Tria is the nation with the most advanced culture amongst the 11 nations of Trom. But unlike its elegant appearance, the internal conflicts surrounding the heir to the throne were cutthroat and brutal. Tria was split into two factions that fought over who would become the heir to the throne. Those who sought change supported Prince Favina, and those who wanted to maintain tradition supported Prince Lovia. Politicians did everything and anything to get their opinions across. The king and queen, who were supposed to remain neutral, actually supported these conflicts, and eventually fought each other for their own beliefs. The one who reigned victorious in the fierce political conflict after banishing King Ulden and Prince Favina to Bellatus was Queen Romalda. Romalda didn't stop there. She formed the Allied forces with Prince Lovia as its head and cried out to start a Bellatus expedition. But as the Allied forces marched on, the nations of Trom witnessed the power of runes and essences hidden in Bellatus. Eventually, greed for those newfound powers caused the Alliance to fall in an instant. After hearing the news, Romalda promptly headed to Bellatus. But she, too, found herself helpless against the plague. Yes, Queen Romalda from this story, and the Romalda of Simiswamp, is the same person. We still have a long way to go before we're able to reach her. Next up are Romalda's flowers and roots. They have settled in the Corrosion Jungle and the Crimson Root Cave. Make sure you're well prepared before heading out. Well, how was it? What did you think of the things that Ramalda has caused to bloom in Simiswamp? The plague energy from her is growing stronger each day. It is reminiscent of her will to do anything to achieve her goal. Looking back now, we've come across a very long path. I'm sure you're exhausted, but thanks to all of our preparations, Ramalda should have become a lot weaker. Although the guards who stay loyal to Ramalda still wander around her vicinity, I do not think they will pose any threat to you. Head over to the plague-ridden swamp. There, you will find a path to the Hall of Ramalda. The way will be difficult, so please be careful. It's a relief to see that you're back. I was worried about you, but I guess that was unnecessary. You're not hurting anywhere, are you? How about you enjoy your stay at Simisby Cool until you leave for Advina? It's a small village, but it has everything you need. Try to at least stay for a few days. I feel a bit attached to you, so I don't want you to leave so soon.
Ah, this tea is really, really good.
If you're a Rune Hunter, you must have experienced the Zodiac. Zodiacs sure are a mysterious phenomenon. I also practiced runes in the past, and there was a time I felt joy in accessing the primal divinity through the Zodiac. But there's always a time of realization. The fact that the Zodiacs are just remnants of the past. Can you understand the concept of a shining star already being gone by the time those lights actually reach your eyes? I have dedicated so much time looking into the past, beyond my own times, that I have simply neglected the present. So do not bind yourselves to the past. Live your life in the present, and try to explore your current life. Find out what makes you feel passionate about life. Only that will lead you to true freedom. At least, that's what I believe in. Are you leaving? What a shame. It hasn't been this peaceful for a while. But I hope you enjoyed your time here as well. It's time to say our goodbyes. I hope we meet again.
Salve, sir. Lately we have heard of strange activities in Nivis Mountains.
With Romualda defeated, the plague surrounding Sima Swamp became weaker. The Mer Tree restored its health with the care of the Simuses, and the Rune Hunters who were in pain also began recovering. Pan seemed to be shaken by the old man's advice to not dwell in the past. You climbed the mountains while thinking about Pan's past, which you know nothing about at the moment. As you raised your head, you started to see the light of Edvina glimmering from afar. With high hopes that this place will be a stronghold for your future adventures, you hurried towards the light.
Why are they on such high alert? Did something happen?
Who's there? Identify yourself!
Stop it. If it wasn't a plagued one, they wouldn't react that way. Are you coming over from Trom? You two, please join me. I'm sorry about what happened back there, but we're not exactly in the greatest situation. I am Havis, the village head of Advina. What brings you to our humble establishment? Advina was founded by those who settled in Bellatus after the Bellatus expedition. We've been fending off the plague with the rune barrier until now, but the plagued ones have reached the residential area recently. Everyone has been expecting something like this to happen sooner or later, but the problem is that the number of plagued ones keeps on growing. You said you were a Rune Hunter. If you wish to stay here, why don't you help us out?
What's this? A rookie? You must be quite brave coming to Bellatus during a time like this. Like you said, Advina is relatively safer than other locations. But that doesn't mean they can tread lightly here. The attacks from plague ones are depleting our food supply faster than we expected. Can you help us grab some food from Chilwyn farmland? Good. This should be enough to last us for a while. Thanks. Why don't you go visit Liche if you have some time left? I'm sure you can find some work there.
You're new here? But the plague is running rampant outside of Venice. How did you even get here? I see. I've heard about the Mer Tree and Sima Swamp from the other Rune Hunters. Anyway, that's a relief. Then please, take a look and see if there's anyone who didn't make it to the sanctuary. But you need to watch out for the vicious plagued ones outside. Good luck out there.
Oh, thanks for your help. I thought it was all over for me. There weren't this many plagued ones roaming around until recently. The rune barrier still stood strong then. But one day, the rune barrier started weakening, and that's when the plagued ones started encroaching on us. But we can't just go back to Trom. No matter the reason, we've all turned our backs against Trom.
Please help. The guard captain fell to the plague. At this rate, even the sanctuary will be threatened. It's too late for me. I didn't want to die like this.
Hunter? What is that thing behind you?
The second coming, the fated revival is near. The one who shall grant life to the dead, and the one who shall lead us to a new and glorious kingdom. Salvation to the faithful! Death to the infidels!
What in the world? Where did you bring that plagued one from? Rune Hunter, this isn't a laughing matter. This is literally the last sanctuary remaining in Advena. The people are becoming restless. Can't you hear them whispering about the plague spreading soon? How could you be so careless? You will be held responsible for this.
Man, Rookie. I thought you were ready to get rid of that title. But you created quite the mess. Well, no use crying over spilt milk. The best thing you can do is clean up your own mess. There should be some Myrtree leaves from Simmerswamp in the residential area. Bring them here and let's try to restore your reputation. No need to feel so depressed. Everyone makes mistakes, that's life.
You brought the Myrtree leaves? All right, I'll try to calm down the people with this. Thank you. What? Soldiers at the cliffs? Soldiers? Wait, could it be... Oh, don't mind me. Just forget about what I said and check out the bath those soldiers took near the cliffs.
Who goes there? Oh, I came over to see if there's a problem, but there seems to be some misunderstanding. Please lower your weapons. This person doesn't deserve to be treated like this. My name is Favina Traya, and we welcome the hero of Calicorda. Good to see you again. It's been a while since we met each other back in Calicorda. I heard about Advena having a difficult time with the plagued ones attacking. I came here to help the people who are seeking refuge. I don't know what you're doing here, but if you have some time to spare, could you please scout out the surrounding area? This place is too large, so it's hard to investigate everywhere with just my men.
Thank the gods. I'm finally blessed with salvation. Thank you. Thank you so much. I promise to be a good person from now on. I will never steal from others, nor will I seek fortune through gambling. Thank you so much. You are literally the messenger of the gods. I promise to live a decent life from now on. I swear.
You were already aiding Advena? You truly are a hero. We searched the area, but we did not find any more survivors. Does that mean the residents are gathered at the sanctuary? Then let's head back together. Allow my men and I to escort you.
Oh my! But what a sight for sore eyes! All of us have been waiting for you, Your Highness. A lot has happened since you were last in the village. Everyone! Prince Favina is back! The gods have not abandoned us! We are truly saved!
You must be tired after going out that far. Don't push yourself too hard, okay? By the way, isn't he the one who helped us out from the solitary area? Yeah, what a coincidence to see him again.
I had my doubts, but it was Favina I suspected. It's not an overstatement to say that he's the savior of Advena. Just when we thought we reached our limit against the plague, Favina appeared out of nowhere and created the rune barrier for us. If it wasn't for Favina, we would have all fallen to the plague without even being able to accomplish what we came here for. And Favina never asked for anything in return. We're all truly grateful for his service.
A savior? That's an exaggeration. Anyway, the rune barrier was created by our soldiers. It's the soldiers who should be the ones getting the credit. I was just helping them out. By the way, the chief told me that they've expanded the residency to the lower regions due to the increasing number of refugees. I'm worried that there still may be people at the extension. I'd be grateful if you could lend us a hand. When you say pagans, do you mean the pagans we saw back at Calicorda? Come to think of it, the chief did tell me that a plagued one muttered something strange. This is still just a speculation, but there seems to be a connection between the pagans and the plague. I'm thinking we should visit that cave the pagans were headed towards again. What do you think? It would be wise to not tell the residents about this for the moment. I don't want to cause any needless panic. You don't seem like a follower of Redanimo. How did you get inside? If you're looking to join, I would strongly urge you to reconsider. Why? Because I lost my friend and my lover here. They both just disappeared one day. Just because they questioned the teaching of Redanimo. The clergy said they were baptized, but I know what really happened. I know there are some sort of experiments being carried out here. I just wanted our friendship and love to last forever. That was all I wanted. Are you saying that the pagans have set up a camp deep within Advina? The pagan experiments and the plague. It seems quite obvious now, doesn't it? Looks like my speculations are slowly turning out to be the truth. But my men are busy restoring the rune barrier. It's a job that requires as many hands as we can afford. I'm sorry, but I would like to ask you to help Edvina a bit longer. I will try to calm the residents within the sanctuary. I'll do my very best to prevent any problems from rising, so there's no need to worry. So please, I want you to investigate deeper into the experiments that are taking place underground.
What is it with that filthy outfit? There is no way a Rune Hunter could have made it in here. Aha! You must have received an order to blend in with the Rune Hunters. I, too, received orders to disguise myself as a priest. If you're finished disguising yourself, you should hurry. You should know what I mean if you've received your orders. We're withdrawing from this location. Shut down. Tactical retreat. We're taking a step back in order to take 13 steps forward.
This is an item that belongs to the Trier Royals. Only those of the royal bloodline are capable of wielding it. But how come you are in possession of this pendant? A pagan test subject dropped it? That's impossible. This pendant belongs to Prince Levia. He carried it with him all the time. Wait. Does that mean Prince Levia fell to the pagans? There's not many who know that Prince Levia is alive. How did the pagans know? This must never be disclosed to anyone else. Since the rune barrier has been restored, it would be best to leave Edvina for the time being. One of our camps is located in the Nivis Mountains. There's too many ears around here, so let us talk there.
You're leaving? Well, I can't stop you. In the end, it's your decision. If you had visited during peacetime, do you think we could have spent some more time together? I've taken a liking to you. I thought we could become good friends. I suppose it doesn't matter now. Anyway, it was great getting to know you. Don't worry about the village. You've done your best.
As the Plagued Ones disappeared along with the pagans, the people of Edvina began to find peace and started rebuilding their settlement. They will soon be able to enjoy life as it was before. You headed to Nivis Mountains, following the guide Favina sent. The tombstone you found along the way stated that the mountaintop is the closest point to the sky. Following those words, you climbed to the sky along a steep slope. Nivis Mountains is a place where snowstorms fall all year long and is known as the most dangerous area in Bellatus. As the path became more and more difficult, You found yourself wanting to know every detail about the mountains.
It's good to see that you made it. This is our camp. I don't know where to start. Can you give me a minute to think?
You must be the one the captain brought with him. I'm Liam, the advisor. Most of our soldiers were nearly killed off by the plague, but then volunteered to join us after meeting the captain. Since they were saved by the captain's generosity, they're here to repay the debt. You do realize that you wouldn't have made it out of Calicorda without the captain's help. That's why you must help him, and you're gonna regret it if you have any other intentions.
Liam, can't you be nicer to our guests? Your tone is so cold that even I nearly froze up. Nice to meet you, Rune Hunter. I'm Erix, the drill master of this camp. How was your trip over here? You don't show it, but I'm sure you're tired. You should get some rest first.
I had expected it to be cold when we left Advina, but this is beyond cold. This frigid weather is really clearing up my mind, but I still don't recall anything from my past. My amnesia must be really terrible. I hope that the mysterious power within Nivis Mountains will help us all.
You already seem a bit discouraged. Don't mind Liam. He didn't mean anything by what he said. We've had a lot of trouble settling down here due to the rough terrains of the Nivis Mountains, along with the local Glachi tribe. And it seems like Liam hasn't recovered from the wounds he received during that time. Please try to understand. Anyway, the captain is looking for you. It seems to concern something important.
I think it's time for you to hear my long story. Please talk to me when you are ready. I believe you guessed it already, but I am the Prince of Trier and the stepson of King Alden. I competed against Lavia for the throne, but I was at a disadvantage in every way. After all, I did not inherit the true bloodline of Trier. I was expelled to Bellatus by Queen Romalda, and since then, I hid here while searching for King Alden, who may be somewhere in Bellatus. But then, 10 years ago, the Trom Alliance began their expedition of Bellatus. I followed the shadows of the war and reached the field where the Alliance was fighting among themselves. And that's where I witnessed it. An armored man, summoning something to curse the lands. Everyone around that man struggled in pain from the plague and slowly died. That is how Bellatus became the land of the plague. The man then took the defeated Prince Lavia and disappeared. Since then, I have been tracking down this man. His name is Salvus. I have no clue about his motives, but he is the one who continues to spread the plague in Bellatus. That is why I organized the militia, to fight against Salvus, and to seek clues about his whereabouts in Bellatus. And I found out that one of the sacred arms, which is the container for a god's power, was in Nivis Mountains. And that Salvus uses the power of Vesper, the god of disease, contained within the sacred arms to spread the plague. From the recent pagan incident in Advina, it became certain that he is the mastermind behind the Redanimo pagans. The only one who knows what happened to Lavia and is connected to the plague is Salvus. I believe he is turning Redanimo into a massive legion of plagued in order to attack Trom one day. We are planning to find the sacred arms to contain the plague and to eliminate Salvus and Redanimo. After hearing the news, I went to Calicorda, but Prince Lavia was already gone when I arrived. Even though we fought against each other for the throne, Lavia is still my brother. I didn't expect him to fall like this because of Salvus.
Captain, it's the Glachis again.
Very well. I'll think of something. That is why I'm determined to bring down Salvus and put an end to this tragedy.
If you're interested, I want you to join the militia and help our cause.
The Glotchists are attacking the expansion camp. I assume I don't have to explain everything for you. William and Eric's will accompany you. Hurry and make the necessary preparations.
Welcome to the battlefield. My weapon of choice is the bow. I can even hit targets with my eyes closed. You'll find targets with my arrows up ahead. Collect those arrows from the targets and deliver them to Eric's at the end of the expansion camp. Show me what you've got.
Oh, not bad, Rune Hunter. You'll improve quickly with a bit more practice. That should do it for now. Let's go back. I'll have a talk with Liam, so don't worry. He may sound a bit cold, but he's actually very caring. I heard that you're looking for a way to restore your companion's memory. It seems like there's a long story behind this. Since I can't be certain of its effects, I am a bit hesitant to recommend this. But how about using the sacred arms? According to the ancient texts, the 12 sacred arms scattered around the world contain the power of the 12 gods who created Tron. We happen to be searching for the sacred arms within the Glotchi territory. Perhaps you should talk to Favina about this.
Rune Hunter, there's an enormous creature right up ahead. That creature snatched away my friend in an instant, and I wasn't able to do anything. Damn it. Why am I still so weak? I'm completely useless.
Glotchi's morale is just too high. We can't continue like this. Most of our troops have retreated, but it seems like one of the soldiers was left behind. If you're planning to venture deeper, can you look for a missing soldier for us?
You are... the militia retreated. How are... I'm grateful to you. I thought I was going to die here. The snowstorm. It's too cold. Please take me with you. I don't want to die.
I heard that all of the soldiers had retreated. Yet you managed to reach their base and come back by yourself? Not bad. I guess Eric's was right about you. You're different from the other rune hunters who only blindly seek out runes and essences. Now that we have control over their base, we must use this chance to eliminate the Glotchis. I'll give you my best men. Take out their chieftain and show them who's in charge.
Rune Hunter, we found the Glotchi chieftain. We did not expect them to be at the rear instead of the main base. Seems they were anticipating our attack. They must not be taken lightly. Please be careful.
Defeated the chieftain on your own? Not even Liam will be able to tone down this feat. You're incredible. But something still strikes me as strange. I understand the Glachi, but what's with those creatures? We haven't received any reports about them at all. But since we can finally spare some time, all thanks to you, we should take a look into this. It'll help us if you could go collect any evidence of the conflict between the Glachis and this new race of creatures.
This creature seems to be a new sort of race that has never been observed before. I thought only the Glachis resided in the Nivis Mountains. What a surprise. I'll report your findings back to the Central Command. We will rally up the troops and head back. Please accompany Drill Master Eric's back to the camp as well.
It appears that the Glachis are also hostile towards these new types of creatures. So far, we haven't seen any sacred arms around the Glachi camp. Why don't we go after the other group instead? We still have tomorrow left. There's no need to rush in. Let us return and get some rest for now.
You made it back safely. Come over here and warm yourself up. I can't even take a step away from the fire because of the cold. It's amazing you've managed to explore the snowfields in this climate. I've had some conversations with the militia while you were gone. And apparently, some of them are wearing masks to hide their scars from the plague. Their masks are cool and all, but it's hard to continue a conversation when you can't see their facial expressions. That's why it's a lot more fun talking to you. I know I might sound like a chatty old man, but try to understand.
I heard new creatures were just discovered. I spent a considerable amount of time here at Nivis Mountains, but this is something new. Please continue to investigate the base of those new creatures. It feels like things tend to work out more smoothly with you around. Perhaps it's because we make a great team.
The cold temperature in here is on another level compared to outside. I thought it would be better since we're indoors, but this seems worse. I'm worried about the other soldiers who are scouting inside. You should be careful as well. It will be terrible to get frostbite out here.
My feet's been numb for a while now. How are you doing, Rune Hunter? I thought there was nothing more excruciating when I was infected with the plague. But I guess I was wrong. Anything below my ankles just doesn't feel like part of me anymore. I wish I could feel pain instead.
The hidden path in stormy snowfields has opened up. It must be because you defeated that creature. Good work. According to the scouting reports, there's a temple we've never explored behind that path. Go explore the temple and report back anything related to the sacred arms. Just a reminder, the captain will be accompanying you from here on out. Remember that the captain's safety is always top priority. Please, look after the captain.
I heard that you cleared the path towards the temple. That's an incredible discovery you've made. Oh, and Eric's told me that you're also interested in the sacred arms as well. As I told you before, Our goal is to seal off the plague spreading across Bellatus. If we find a Sacred Arms during this journey, I'll give it to you after I take care of the plague. The Sacred Arms are sold at extremely high prices within the Trom continent. That should be enough to reward you for your efforts. All right, let's get going. I'm sure you are curious as to why I volunteered to accompany you. The Sacred Arms is one thing, but for me, finding King Alden is also important. If I don't take any action, no one will support my father. It has been so long, but I still have no idea where my father went. I'm keeping my hopes up since this temple has never been explored before. If you find anything, please feel free to tell me whenever you can. Did you see that? The royal guards of King Alden are here. I'm certain that if we continue on this path, we will be able to find something related to my father. I still remember the day I first met him. It was the happiest day of my life. Father, I pray that you are safe. Father? Oh no. What happened to you? I had only longed for the day to see you again.
this moment.
Wait. You're...
Salvis!
I won't allow him to escape like this.
They say Salvis was found at the Silvery Frost Valley. We cannot fail in this. All troops, except for the bare minimum to protect the camp, will be deployed. Let us join forces for the greater good.
We're planning on leading Salvis into a corner to eliminate any chance of escaping. No need to get nervous. All of the elite soldiers who were trained by William and I are participating in this mission. And of course, I'll be there as well. If you fall into trouble, I'll come save you.
Rune Hunter! The Aphros Knights are blocking our path for some reason. Did you notice anything odd during your stay at Calicorda? The only explanation for this is a connection between Salvis and the Aphros Knights.
Captain Kristen and Salvis are planning something together up ahead. Something feels off, so please be mindful when you take action.
It's been a while, Rune Hunter. I didn't expect to see you here. I suppose this is our fate as well. I really don't know what you're after, but it is clear that we're heading in different directions. I do not plan to yield, and I'm sure you are the same. Meaning, there's only one option left. I have to admit, you're certainly no slouch. You definitely have great potential. You're young, and you have the bravery to push forward. But even the most talented people have the tendency to overlook things. As you follow your path, try to look back once in a while.
After the pagans created the plague cloud, Bellatus experienced multiple land-shifting earthquakes. But when the plague that haunted Bellatus disappeared, the dead began to come back to life. When you did not return even after all of the other militias arrived, Favina realized that something bad had happened to you. Scouts were sent out to find you, and it was discovered that Salvis held you captive. You were put in a solitary room in Calicorda. In order to save you, as you remained unconscious, the militia and Pan headed towards Calicorda.
Please come in.
Thank you. Wake up. Open your eyes. Come on, please.
This won't do. Hold on.
Thank goodness you recovered. You had us all worried. I was scared at the thought of losing you and rushed over here. I was completely out of my mind at the time, so I don't even remember how I even got here. This stupid memory of mine is causing a lot of trouble, but it's your fault this time. Please, try to be more careful from now on.
Are you all right? I was really shocked. I've never seen you so weak. A lot happened after you fell. I had no idea that the pagans had more plans beyond just spreading the plague. The path ahead is going to be more difficult. First of all, how do we even get out of here? I rushed in without much thought, but now I'm getting a headache just even thinking about it.
Rune Hunter, Salvis created a massive plague cloud in the sky using the sacred arms. After the plague left Bellatus, the life-slave phenomena, which causes the dead to reanimate, occurred. It's something I only read about in ancient texts, but I never thought it could actually happen. According to the path of the plague cloud's movement, it looks like Salvis is gonna spread the plague collected from Bellatus throughout Trom.
We must prioritize escaping safely from here. All of Calicorda is in complete chaos because of the pagans and the life slaves. Let's use this location as our temporary base and plan our escape. We have soldiers scouting the area. If you can help them out, it would be much appreciated.
Please, help! There's a child inside who is in danger. I'm fine. Please, save the child.
Please help me!
I will not forgive you, son of a traitor!
Thank you for saving me. My name is Weeper, and I'm 7. I escaped from the Redanimos with my parents, but I got separated from them. Can you help me find my parents? They might be nearby. We need to leave, but my mom and dad are...
This is why I believe our current forces will not be enough.
I understand.
You're back! I've never seen you around before. Such a tragic story. This child shouldn't be the one to be blamed. I'll take care of Weeper. And in the worst-case scenario, we should consider taking the child with us. We can't just leave behind the small and helpless child alone, right? Naturally, the best course of action would be to find the parents. Hopefully they're okay.
You found that kid in the sewer area.
That means there's one more person that managed to escape. All right, I guess I should show some compassion. If that kid is telling the truth, that means there are others who escaped from the pagans. Well, since we're searching for an escape route anyway, you can take a look around for them as well. Who knows? You might find that kid's parents. If they were pagans, they may know Calicorda better than we do. They might actually come in handy.
Pagans!
Interrogator Quan, whom I thought was dead, ambushed us with a group of followers. Seeing the revival they were talking about was simply unbelievable. But how did he find out we were here? We did all we could to escape. It feels like we're trapped in an endless loop.
This is worse than I thought. If all of the pagans who attacked Calicorda before were revived, I don't think we'll be able to handle them all with our current number of troops, which is why I've called for reinforcements. But even though they should have already arrived by now, I haven't heard from them yet. Could you please take a look around the surrounding area?
I have no idea what's going on. The dead are coming back to life, and the number of pagans have increased exponentially. And even though Calicorda is in danger, Captain Kristen has ordered all of the elite troops and some of the Rune Hunters to gather somewhere else. Is it really okay to go there? Calicorda might fall if left alone like this.
Those troops are now life slaves. Damn it! We accomplished so much together until now. Every moment we spent together was a life or death situation. It just can't end like this. God damn it! I won't sit around and do nothing. I will avenge those troops.
Do you really think the pagans did all this? The arrival of the reinforcements should have been confidential. It's a mystery how they knew where to ambush them. Rune Hunter, something doesn't seem right. We must hurry and find an escape route. Perhaps there's a hint near the castle wall. Since the location leads outside, we might find something there.
Not a step closer. You. What are you? Are you really a Rune Hunter? How come the pagans overwhelm Calicorda whenever you appear? It's just as Fred mentioned. Why is it that you always bring such absurd troubles with you?
Hunter, why are you here? I don't know how I should react to this. Since the first time I met you, I thought your eyes were full of sincerity. But how can you face us with those eyes and plan to make us suffer behind our backs? Everything feels like a horrible dream. At least try to make up an excuse.
Stay calm. We can only pray that there is a way, and continue searching. There is a report from a scout stating that a hidden tunnel was found. Let's investigate it. I'll send scouts in other directions as well. Please let me know if there's any progress.
Rune Hunter, we found a path that leads to the outside. We were on our way to report this, but the Afros Knights suddenly barged in. They seemed to be in a hurry to get somewhere, but it was hard to know what they were up to. Please go ahead. I injured my leg, so I don't think I can keep up.
You really are persistent. You're like the terrorists that just keep on coming, no matter how many I kill. Whatever you do, we will never surrender. I have nothing to say to you about the Knights. Just kill me.
The path was intentionally blocked by someone. That could only mean that the Afros Knights blocked the exit. Thank goodness we found a path that connects the ruins area to the square. That is the only option we have now. If the Knights are trying to stop us from escaping, I think this will be our last chance. The life slaves will continue to revive no matter how many times we kill them. We're at a definite disadvantage.
A report states that life slaves are also appearing among creatures. It also says that revived Terras are charging towards Calicorda, so the fight ahead will clearly be difficult. Let's prepare before we leave. I'll catch up with you soon.
Oh, Rune Hunter. I always felt awkward after how things turned out. I was concerned that there were misunderstandings. It may have been a coincidence that you were around, but at the same time, you were the one who risked your life to defeat the Terrors. The pagans wanted to take over the castle, so if you were one of them, you wouldn't have fought so hard against them. Calicorda is in great danger. The Terrors are continuing to attack us with forces that our troops cannot handle. Please help us, Rune Hunter. You are the hero of Calicorda. Please do not abandon us. Thank you. I'll make sure to tell Captain Kristen that you help me out once he returns. Rune Hunter, why don't you talk to Advisor Fred at the Warfront? The Advisor seems to think that you're a pagan. So I think it is wise to resolve that misunderstanding.
Get going. Huh? You're the pagan spy!
What's the matter? This man tried to frame you. It's only fair to execute him. Your enemy is my enemy. Please remember that I will always be at your side. Now, let's get going. We might be able to find a way to survive with the bulwark that's located beyond here. Our destination is near. Let us secure the escape route without delay. The bulwark seems to be doing well for the moment. It would be wise for us to concentrate on that giant Terra. Why don't we get closer to attack it directly? If we want to escape from this place, we have to secure a safe route first. It may be a bit dangerous, but it should be worth the risk. That creature acted strangely. I wonder what that crystal is. We should follow to prevent any other problems. Let's hurry. Good job. We should focus on delivering this news first. That should be all of the urgent matters. These soldiers will soon be relocated elsewhere. We should wait until then and secure an escape route out of Calicorda.
So, you're saying this made Glannis stronger? Eric's, do you know what this is? I've never seen it before.
This is... Rune Hunter. If I am correct, these are the Tears of God. Of course, it's my first time seeing them. Ancient texts describe the Tears of God as something that was created during the war between the evil god servants and the 12 beings. A powerful energy was released when the 12 beings combined their strength into one and collided into serpents to defeat it. The remnants of that force that was not absorbed by the atmosphere crystallized and fell to the ground. That was how the Tears of God came into existence. It may not be equal to the Sacred Arms, but it is clear that it contains power that greatly surpasses runes or essences. A single fragment may not be sufficient. However, a large amount might be able to overcome the plague cloud of the pagans.
That reminds me. I remember that Captain Poshi of Malofront told me a story about the Titan creature Durka. I may have memory issues, but I do remember this. Captain Poshi mentioned that there must be a clear reason that caused the Titan creature to grow to that massive size. After hearing what Drillmaster Eric said, I'm thinking it's the tears of God that creates these Titan creatures. If we can check the other Titan creatures, we might be able to figure it out. Durka is often spotted near Malofront, which isn't that far from Calicorda. It wouldn't be bad to check it out first.
I understand. I'll regroup with the militia and join you later. We did lose a lot, but it's a relief that we saved you.
All things that turned into life slaves came back to life and continued the onslaught. Many soldiers became exhausted from the endless battles, and desperation slowly began to develop amongst them. You, along with Pan and Weeper, headed to the waterway that connects Malofront and Calicorda. The place that was once filled with silent corpses is now filled with endless battles between the Aphros guards and the life slaves. Malofront was struggling against the revived Dimps and Wasteland bandits. The soldiers just kept on fighting this battle with no end in order to gain a slight time advantage.
Rune Hunter, we meet again. I sense Alyssa did not abandon us just yet. We're having trouble with the Risen Dead ever since the Red Moon rose. What you just saw was also one of the problems we've been trying to solve. May I tell you about it back at Malofront? Captain Poshi is heartbroken. It's because Carter is Captain Poshi's dead son. Even though his men were threatened, it wouldn't have been easy for him to raise his sword against his own son. Malofront is barely fending off the attack from the revived ones. The massive earthquake caused some geological shifts, making it difficult to anticipate enemy attack routes. And the revived Wasteland bandit officers are also a great threat to us. We would like to ask you for your help in defeating revived Alto and Conralto.
We can help out the Aphros guards, while we look for the Titan creature, as you said. I see that you're always giving your best at all that you do. I should follow your example and try helping out with what I can. Weeper seems shaken after what happened earlier. Why don't you check on him before you leave?
I was scared that you might get hurt. I don't know what I'd do if you weren't with me. I thought about it, but even if I go to Trom alone, I'll probably think of you all the time. So please, look after yourself. Promise me.
This will give us some more time. It's a blessing that you're here with us. If you can, take care of Morris as well. He became stronger as he revived, and he's been giving us a lot of trouble. Watch out. Tolls always stays with Morris. I don't know what else to say. Thank you very much. Most of the soldiers are exhausted from the non-stop fighting. This should give them a bit of a reprieve. This is all thanks to you, Rune Hunter. I will never forget what you've done for us.
I tried to look into ways to help while you were away. Maybe my memory was correct. They say there is a Titan creature named Durka here at Malofront. I also heard that it was recently found near the Ruins Cave. Are you sure you'll be okay by yourself? If not, I can go with you. I know. Me staying here would be more helpful. Oh well, I'll wait here with Weeper, so make it quick.
Life slaves? I can't believe those stories are actually real. Who would have thought this would happen? I feel like I'm living inside a dramatic play or something. Sadly, I don't feel like the main character, but more like the merchant that loses his belongings during the outbreak.
Rune Hunter! How have you been? I cannot thank you enough for what you've done before. I heard there have been screams and a sandstorm, along with an earthquake at the Ruins Cave. I have to go there, but there is this gigantic monster on the way. I really can't do anything about it alone. Will you go there with me? Please? You are truly the best there is. I wish I could be as strong as you are. I simply freeze and tear up at the sight of a creature bigger than I am. If Durka is the one at the Ruins Cave, it will be many times bigger than these creatures. I'm really sorry, but can I wait outside? 'Cause honestly, I'm really scared.
That's why we are searching for Durka. But it's not been easy.
I do understand what you're saying. Durka is a creature that relocates often. We've been having a difficult time locating it as well. Another location where we have often spotted Durka was in the vicinity of the abandoned camp. But there were some geological shifts after the red moon rose. And the path heading over there is blocked off at the moment.
But Lance, there's another way that leads to the abandoned camp.
Ha! Captain Poshi!
Sorry about earlier. I get sentimental, even though I know my son is dead. But if it happens again, I won't hesitate to save you again. Please keep that in mind. You can reach the abandoned camp by detouring through the barren desert from Aphros ruins. And while you're at it, take care of the dimps in the area as well.
I'm surprised that Rune Hunter's still at Malofront. You're quite the brave one. If you're planning to go beyond this point, I suggest you turn back. Something really big is up ahead. I really would like to punch my past self for thinking that the dimps were not a problem. I'm going back to Trom. If I die here, I'll end up becoming a life slave and wandering the wastelands.
Pagans at the barren desert? The situation is already bad with the life slaves. Can you find out what they're up to? Even the smallest hints would help. And just in case, be careful. They can be quite unpredictable. The Redonimo clergy are preparing a ritual inside the cave. They pour repenters' blood all over themselves before a major ritual. And that's the moment when I'm going to escape. Call me a coward, but that's the best I can do. I know. I will never be able to sleep well again. I will never be forgiven.
Another sacrifice to offer. You will never be able to stop us!
Rune Hunter! There is definitely a massive creature right up ahead! Did you just hear that? If that's not Durka, what in the world is it? My legs won't move. But I want to help. Please come back safe. I know you'll be fine, but still.
I've had my eyes on you for a while. The revival is not far. Are you prepared? I am prepared to offer everything I have for the One. If this is also Serpent's will.
Great work. This makes the second Tears of God in our possession. You must be tired. How about you rest at our camp for the time being? William and Eric's are currently looking into anything that relates to the Tears of God. You may learn something from them. I already briefed Captain Poshi. You may leave once the Sandwalker is ready.
Lance told me why you're looking for Durka. If the pagans were looking for Durka as well, it must be for the same reason as you are. And a friend of yours requested a Sandwalker, so I got it ready. But I'm concerned that you're departing so hastily. Anyway, you have a lifetime pass for the Sandwalkers. You don't worry about the fee.
Rune Hunter? Are we going back to Bilitis? There are a lot of scary creatures and dangerous people in Bilitis. And it's my first time riding a Sandwalker. It's not that scary, right? You have to hold my hand, just in case the Sandwalker rocks. Please?
Kill them all! That is the only way we can reach the One.
Just hang on, Weeper. Everything will be fine.
It's worse than I thought. This is going to end up becoming critical at this rate. But there aren't any medical personnel in Bellatus who can take care of this child.
It's no hospital. But why don't we try visiting Simiswamp? The Simises might have something that can help Weeper.
With your help, the soldiers of Mallow Front were able to acquire enough time to reorganize and pray for the ones who fell to the life slaves. They are truly grateful for your help. You headed to Simis Be Cool with your companions. The situation at Simis Swamp was not different from other places. Creatures that have turned into life slaves threatened you at every corner. You made it to Simis Be Cool and met Kuroku. As the Simis who treated Rune Hunters infected by the plague, his knowledge about herbs accumulated over the years may be of help to Weeper.
I don't want to be pessimistic, but what will you do if Weeper's condition gets worse? I talked to the Simises, and they are not involved in what Salvus has done. If they were influenced by Salvus, they wouldn't have helped us like this in the first place. Prince Favino also didn't seem to know that Salvus lived with the Simis tribe. The Salvus I met here was a kind and nice person. Guess you never know what a person is truly thinking.
The immediate danger's gone, but the child's weakened too much. Can't leave the child like this. Simises brewed a decoction to recover. I'm not sure if it works on humans. But we should do something. Ask Liat for help.
You need a lot of herbs to make that decoction. It also takes time, since it has to be brewed. From the child's symptoms, it appears that we will need more than what we currently have. It's not an easy task, because different herbs grow in different regions. Are you prepared to do it? I can provide you with a guide, but promise me you will protect the Simises from all dangerous situations.
I asked the other Simises to guide you. They will also help you in finding the herb. The first ingredient is bark of the Devil's Bush. Devil's Bush can be found in the Ashen Mud Forest. Murray waits at Corroded Forest. Murray, smart Simis. Good luck.
You Rune Hunter? Me Murray. Murray guide you to Devil's Bush. More dangerous than the plague. Monsters revived after Red Moon in the sky. Many found en road to Ashen Mud Forest. Be careful once outside the village. Problem. Scary monster near Devil's Bush. Murray scared. Rune Hunter, protect Murray. Murray no good fighter. Rune Hunter got Devil's Bush. Hurry back to village. Child is sick. This helps with pain.
Next is Myrrh Tree Leaf. Myrrh Tree Leaf prevents infection. The Myrrh Tree the professor looked after is at the Myrrh Tree Hill. Licorice is also needed. If the herbal decoction's too bitter, the children won't take it.
I remembered what Drillmaster Eric said about the tears of God while you were gone. Of course, we are collecting the tears of God to stop the pagans from using them. But if things get worse, can we try to use one on Weeper? I know this is selfish in terms of the greater good, but we can't just let Weeper die. You said you're going out to find herbs, right? Be careful. I don't want to think about you getting sick as well.
Luba is here to gather herbs. Need help? Licorice is here. Luba good with smell. Follow smell, and you find it. Very difficult path. Can get lost. Remember, surrounding well. Human, good timing. Found licorice. But why you need licorice? Herbal decoction? Then you need licorice. Medicine is really bitter without licorice. Luba tried the herbal decoction before. When young, threw away some because it tasted bad. But this is secret.
That should do it for now.
Got most of the ingredients. There's only one left, but it's difficult to get. It also heals wounds, but it's very rare in Simi Swamp. I'll think of a way to get it. And the black-haired human asked me to tell you to talk to the other human when you come back.
You're back. I have something urgent to discuss with you. The malicious are having trouble against the life slaves that are rising near their camp. I think I should go and help them out. So, could you please hand me the Tears of God you have? I believe the Tears of God will be of great help in Eric's and William's research.
So, Prince Favina took the Tears of God and returned to Nivis Mountains? I know your decision is for the greater good, but that means Weeper will... Even if the world is saved, it seems pointless if I'm all alone. You already knew that I always felt that way, since what happened at Artemis.
Your face not look good. Is something wrong? Kuroku found a way to get Burnett. Burnett grows near the moist rock cave. Rumbu said Rumbu saw it before. Rumbu, older Simis than Kuroku, knows best in Simi Swamp. Rumbu waits at Grey Mist Plains. A long way to Moist Rock Cave. Need thorough preparation.
Friend, beyond this point is the territory of Primal Simises. The Primal Simises are very violent. They don't speak any language and they just charge at you. There are also monster Primal Simises that keep on reviving. Very scary. How barbaric! Who would do this? Rumbu's sad and scared. All our Simis-be-cool Simises must tell Liet once we return. Can't leave Simises like this. We are nearing Moist Rock Cave. Smell of Burnett getting stronger. Burnett is deep inside here. Rumbu has excellent nose. Trust Rumbu. Try to smell if you can't find it. Burnet has a strong, nice smell. The roots are used for herbal decoction. Try not to damage the root when harvesting.
Brought, Burnet! We can now brew the herbal decoction. The child is holding on, but clearly exhausted. Time is running out. Hope this works.
Corpses hanging from a tree. I was wondering why I couldn't see some Simmons. I had no idea this was what happened to them. I have no clue who did this, but I cannot sit idle at such a horrible incident. I believe it is fair to suspect the primal Simisses who weren't here before. The primal Simisses worship power. They worship the strong and form a group centering around the strongest. So there must be a primal Simis commanding the others. Find it and teach it a lesson.
Good to see you, Rune Hunter. It's been a while since I last saw a living person. Primal Simis. I don't know about that. It's because this place is overwhelmed with revived Triaguards. I'm guessing even Rimalda revived. I just feel like the story around Tria hasn't reached its end.
Rimalda flower. Were there any other clues? The Simisses are originally a homogeneous race, and it's common for them to live in groups. It is possible that Rimalda flower may have influenced the primal Simisses. But only a Simis can truly lead fellow Simisses. There must be a Simis that stands out as leader. Like it has obvious strength or is bigger in size.
What Liet said sounds like a Titan creature. What do you think? I know the Simisses are doing their best, but I think Weeper doesn't have much time left. If we find a Titan creature somewhere in Simiswap, can you use the Tears of God on Weeper? I'm begging you to try it if there's no other choice. militia were the ones killing the Simises. There's no reason for the militia to kill the Simises. It's not like they're helping out Salvis or the pagans. There's one thing I couldn't understand since we came to Simiswamp. If Salvis is a pagan, like Prince Favina said, why did he try to save that myrrh tree? It doesn't make any sense. Without myrrh trees, the plague will spread much more easily.
Oh no! You're saying those malicious killed the Simis? And you just brought those horrible humans over here without even considering our position? You humans are always like that. You're always so unbelievably selfish. Simis always help the humans. But how come humans never help the Simis? Without the professor, we wouldn't have ever helped a human. You owe the professor a debt you've carried to your grave.
I'm terribly sorry about what happened. But I do have something I want to ask you, Chief.
What is it?
What sort of person is this Professor Salvis? The militia's told us that he's the one behind the pagans.
What did you say? You really are completely shameless. Oh, really? How can you even accuse him of such lies after all he did for you? I think the professor is somewhere near the Nivis Mountains. If you really want to know the truth, go find him and ask him yourself. Your utter lack of manners actually disgust me. So please excuse me.
All right. I just need to transfer the energy from this crystal to the child. Correct. Don't worry. Liat wouldn't just abandon a sick child. It's faster to reach Nivis Mountains by going through the Swamp Rock Cliff. I'll take good care of the child, so don't get sick until then, human.
This is bad. How can we find Salvis in the vast Nivis Mountains? Should we just go to the militia camp and ask Prince Favina directly? What should we do? I'll follow your decision.
You left Weeper behind at Simis Swamp and headed to Nivis Mountains. The best option you had was to believe in Kuruku and the Simises and pray for Weeper to get better. As you passed the cliff, you thought about what Pan said. The pagans spread the plague, and if Salvis was a pagan, there was no need for him to save the myrrh tree, which is used to treat the plague. You continued your journey and reached Nivis Mountains. The vast snowfield felt as if it had all sorts of hidden knowledge to share, but at the same time, the cold silence reminded you of the unforgiving environment.
Was this here before? I don't recall seeing this camp. I don't think the militia would make something like this. Huh?
Who are you?
Oh, you are the Rune Hunter I met in Calicorda.
What brings you here? I didn't see your name on the list of Rune Hunters Captain Kristen gathered. You are looking for someone, and you don't seem to be willing to tell me whom. Well, that might be wise. It's better not to trust anyone until you're certain. If you need a place to stay, you can use this place. This is a temporary camp, and we will be leaving soon.
How can he order Rune Hunters to gather at Nivis Mountains when Calicorda is being overwhelmed by the life slaves? Is there something more important than Calicorda to the captain? I really don't know what's going on. Do you have any clues? I'm hoping I'm not the only one who's confused. Even if I am, don't tell me that I'm the only one.
I didn't know our encounter from Calicorda would lead to another meeting like this. We are waiting for directions as per Captain Kristen's orders. Not all of the Rune Hunters arrived, so we are actually behind schedule. Can I ask you to go out and see if there are any Rune Hunters struggling to get here? The terrain is really complex around here, so it's easy to get lost. It will be particularly difficult for Lewin.
I am freezing to death. I'm literally becoming frosty. I've been wandering around here for half a day. I was told to come here, so I did. But is there really something out here? What? Leon and Opika are here? Whoa, does that mean I actually came to the right place? Oh man, I never thought I'd find the way here all on my own. Thank you for the escort, Rune Hunter. I'll see you at camp.
I knew it. I'm certain the other Rune Hunters are having trouble finding their way here. If Lewin is here, that means Werder is coming. I wonder where Werder is.
I'm worried about Werder. We were together until the temple, but I lost my way in the middle, and I'm certain that Werder is still looking for me there. We've always been like that. Rune Hunter, can I ask you to find Werder for me? I can't let my friend freeze to death in a place like this.
Lewin is already at the top? No wonder he didn't show up. Lewin was never good with directions, but I guess he got lucky this time. That means I shouldn't linger here any longer. I should hurry to the camp and get some warmth. By the way, there was a giant snow pig Cornu down there. It even penetrated through the temple. It must be really strong. If you're the type of Rune Hunter that enjoys adventures, why don't you try taking it on?
Militia is headed to the stormy snowfields. Help them. They'll be annihilated.
Annihilated? I'm not sure what's going on, but that's definitely not good news. But after learning how the militia killed the Simises, I'm not really liking the idea of helping them either. But even so, you'll probably go to the stormy snowfields. How can I stop you?
Rune Hunter, I heard you are planning to go to the stormy snowfields. Now, we're missing one more person. It's Winsel. If you happen to find him, can you direct him to where we are?
Rune Hunter, I must have overdone it. I tried to study life slaves. I've dedicated my whole life to studying serpents, so I couldn't ignore this opportunity. I tried my best to find something by looking through the things at the temple. If I knew this would happen, I would have returned sooner. I was trapped here, helpless.
Haven't we met before? I feel like I know you really well. The other Rune Hunters are already there. I guess I wasted too much time here. I must have lost track of time as I read the story about the Primal War on this tombstone. The war between the 12 beings of Trom and the evil god serpents. The story even talks about the birth and death of the 12 beings. The 12 beings, born from the void, shared their powers to create Trom and lived among their children. Everything was in harmony, and their children prospered under the blessing of the 12 gods. But there was a 13th being. The evil god serpents rose from the darkness of the light that came from the 12 gods. The 12 beings couldn't stand idle in the face of serpents, who shattered the balance and corrupted their children. The 12 beings tried to defeat the evil by sharing their powers contained within runes and essences. but they failed. In the end, the 12 beings decided to merge into one and return back to their beginning, their source, together with serpents. After a fierce battle, the soul of serpents was split into two and scattered into the world, and the 12 beings lost their bodies and names and fell into a deep slumber. Since serpents was born from the 12 gods, without the first beginning, serpents would not exist either. However, as time passed and as the children of Trom began to use the power of runes once again, they began to access the zodiacs, which in turn awakened the gods. But what they had not been aware of was that once divinity was restored, evil came along with it. Serpent's power brings back life. The Redanimo pagans believe that the return of serpents will promise an eternity of revivals. Ever since the life slaves began rising, the Redanimo are killing everything in their path. As long as the power of serpents remains, the dead will continue to revive under serpents' command. They seem to be trying to reach Trom with the life slaves from Bilitis. Or perhaps they have already thought of a way to massacre the people of Trom all at once.
That's enough child's play. Anything that loses its value should be thrown away. From now on, we shall only stride forward for the One's complete revival. Come and bleed for the One. That is your sole purpose for existing.
I can't believe William was... Does that mean most of the militia was being manipulated? And what Callie said sounds awfully similar to what the pagans said. Don't blame yourself. It's not your fault.
So you guys, are you saying that you have been working with the militia all along?
Kind of. Although I did sense something odd at Siniswamp.
If you've been with them since Calacorda, I can actually understand why Fred made such a scene out there.
Who is the leader of the militia?
It was Prince Favina. He had black hair and a strikingly pale face.
What?
Did I say something wrong?
Prince Favina? Are you sure about that?
What? What do you mean?
Despite being an adopted son, Prince Favina was famous for how much he looked like King Alden. There were even rumors saying Prince Favina was King Alden's illegitimate son. But King Alden had brown hair. Even though Prince Favina went missing, there are things that simply do not change. I understand what you're saying. You want to save the soldiers that might still be at the camp, right? Let us join you. If the militia command is connected to the pagans, that becomes our problem as well. Captain Kristen has been preparing to stop the Redanimo from going through with their plans to revive serpents. That is why we are gathered here. The Red Moon rose, just like 10 years ago when serpents came back to life.
It wasn't something that was widely known to begin with. Actually, from the outside, the captain didn't really seem to care about the pagans. I think the captain tried to sort out the Rune Hunters through the conflict between Calacorda and the Terras. We were chosen and called to come to this point. If there weren't any issues, you, the hero of Calacorda, would have been with us too. You said the militia camp is at the entrance of Nivis Mountains, right? Let's go save them.
This cold is beyond what I imagined. Every step I take feels like a plunge into freezing water. This is another level of cold. If the snowstorm was an ambush, this is like poison that slowly creeps into you. You said you've been here before, right? If I were you, I would never want to venture here again. Let's move before our feet freeze. I just want to get out of here as soon as possible.
Wow, this path is really rough. I can't even tell which way I'm going right now. I'm glad I came with you guys. If I came here alone, I'm certain I would have froze to death alone inside this cave. Then, I would be discovered by some biologist a few hundred years later and be experimented on. It sounds worse the more I think about it. This cave seems to keep going and going. I'm trusting you to find the way.
Rune Hunter, there is a monster that turned into a life slave. Please be careful. We will be hopeless if you get hurt.
I see the end of the cave. How far are we from the militia camp? Passing through a Galachi camp? Why do I feel like this journey is getting more and more difficult? But the sensation of leaving footprints on fresh new snow isn't that bad. This is something only a Rune Hunter can enjoy. Don't you agree? Whatever pops out, wherever we go, let's continue to march forward.
I can't believe you embarked on a journey like this alone. I'm certain the hardship was enormous. I'm always getting help from you, which is what makes me look back at the stuff I've done for you. My memory isn't back, but I think that's because I'm holding our time together very dearly. I wanted to tell you, thank you for journeying with me, and that I'm continuing to count on you.
Seeing how you engage in battle tells me why you were regarded as the hero of Calicorda. I know it's because of the circumstances, but don't you think you were the ideal Rune Hunter that Captain Kristen was waiting for? Of course. That doesn't mean we can lower our guard, okay?
That militia captain, he isn't someone you should underestimate. Unless you are well informed about the internal affairs of the Trio royal family, it would be really difficult to pull something off like that. Who do you think he actually is?
So, the militia camp is just beyond here, right? I think it was relatively easy to get here because all of us moved together. This should be the last obstacle. Let's keep sharp.
Salvis, are you all right?
I'm fine. But why are you here?
We obtained some information related to the Redanimo, so we were on our way to the militia camp.
Our compatriots have accompanied us this far as our guides. We weren't familiar with Nivis Mountains, so their help is greatly appreciated.
It is dangerous here. How about we return to camp and talk there? I'm quite sure we will have a lot of stories to share.
I didn't know you were looking for Salvis. That's quite a story you have. Salvis and Captain Kristen are close friends. They joined forces since the Bellatus expedition 10 years ago. Go ahead and talk to Salvis. I'm sure you have things to settle.
I heard from the other Rune Hunters that you thought Prince Favina was leading the militia. For a long time, Kristen and I thought you were part of the pagans. On the other hand, you thought we were working with the pagans. No matter the case, there certainly was a huge misunderstanding. I came to Nivis Mountains in search of the sacred arms that the Redanimo followers used to create the Plague Cloud. Their plan was to massacre the people of Trom and turn them into life slaves to spread evil throughout the world. I sensed the strong presence of a sacred arms in the direction of the militia camp. We should hurry.
That place is already empty. Huh. It appears to have been occupied by creatures for some time. The training ground is the only place I sense someone. But I can't tell if it's the militia, pagan, or life slaves. They are all dangerous, though. Be careful.
It's been a while. I'm surprised that you are still alive. Eric's, look. The Rune Hunter you were so worried about is here.
No. Run.
Come at me, you little brat.
So, the sacred arms of Vesper.
Yes, this contains the power of one of the 12 primal beings, the god of poison and plague, Vesper. Depending on how you use it, this sacred arms can kill or save lives.
Professor! Simus Cool is...
Something must have happened at Simus Cool. Liet, what happened?
Professor, the human child woke up and...
Kristen made contact. He is waiting for us at Advina with the other Rune Hunters. I promise I will explain everything soon, but just trust me and head to Advina for now. Your friends will also be waiting for you there. I'll head there as soon as I'm done with my preparations.
The Rune Hunters of Nivis Mountain activated the sacred arms of Vesper together as Salvis instructed. The plague cloud which was heading towards Trom stopped, and the plague energy in the sky was once again sealed into the sacred arms. Weeper's attack burned down Simis Bikul, along with many Simises, including Liet. Facing the death of countless Simises with whom he spent many years together, Salvis moaned in anguish for a long time. Together with Salvis, you helped Simis Bikul recover and headed to Advina. On your way to Advina, your mind was filled with chaos and confusion.
Advina is frequently experiencing earthquakes like the one just now. Every time an earthquake happens, the power of serpents grows stronger. The violent life slaves nearby are proof of that. We'll reach Advina soon. I believe we can have a more meaningful conversation with Kristen.
Huh?
Oh, Rune Hunter.
Good to see you. It took a while, but I'm glad we were able to resolve the misunderstanding between us. We are taking necessary measures with the assumption that serpents will revive in Advina. Elite knights are scouting every corner of Advina to find clues related to serpents. So, Rune Hunter, I wish that you will join us in our cause.
Aphros Knights reported that they found the revived King Alden. A knight assigned with the scouting mission will be waiting at Chillwind farmland. Verter volunteered for the task, so join him on your way.
It's a nice change of pace to be separated from Lewin for once. I'm glad that you have a great sense of direction. Lewin always disappears whenever I lose sight of him. But thanks to Lewin, I was able to find places I would have never thought of venturing to. I suppose that's actually pretty nice. Anyway, let's go find that scout.
Rune Hunter, I've been waiting for you. From our scouting efforts, we discovered where King Alden and Queen Romalda revived. King Alden was found in Shelter Plaza, and supporting troops are standing by. Please help them out. Then I'll see you at Sanctuary.
What happened to the knights? We should look around. There may still be a knight who survived.
A revived, mutated rune warrior appeared out of nowhere and attacked the knights. It had unbelievable strength. I fear that we don't have the power to stop serpents.
King Alden. I remember you said you defeated the mutated King Alden at the Lost Temple. They say creatures that have become life slaves are stronger than before. Will King Alden be the same? We are near where King Alden was seen. Let's be careful, since there's a lot of creatures around.
Tears of God. I really can't figure out what it does. Salvis is the one who knows about ancient texts better than anyone. You should ask him about it later. You didn't know? Salvis is the first Zodiac Master of Trom. When Captain Kristen gathered Rune Hunters, I decided to join because Salvis was with him. He really is that impressive. I'm sure you can learn much from him.
There's a report that Queen Romalda revived inside Advina Cliffside Path. Salvis already left. You should follow as soon as you're ready.
You are the Rune Hunter that came to Advina. Don't you remember me? Everyone from Advina is outside. The Airfrost Knights evacuated everyone. The dead are continuously reviving, so what else can we do besides there's too many earthquakes happening recently? Gilsey really just missed you. It's a shame that your timing wasn't a bit better. I'll deliver your message.
I am happy to see you. I didn't know that the Rune Hunter Kristen mentioned was you. Romalda seems to have revived at the hidden cave at the end of the cliffside path. There's the guard captain who turned into a life slave on the way, so it would be wise to take him out first. Now, let us go. I know having you by my side is already the best support I can hope for. The tears of God lost their light. It's as if someone absorbed the energy within them. The militia captain used the tears of God to strengthen King Odin and Queen Romalda, and attempted to absorb the power that the two gained for himself. The tears of God contain powers of the 12 beings and serpents that normally cannot coexist at the same time. As Odin and Romalda were being strengthened by the tears of God, the power of the 13th being flowed into them. And the militia captain waited until Odin and Romalda, who became life slaves, converted the power into serpent's power and absorbed it. How about we return to Advina for now? We cannot spend much time here. It's too dangerous.
While you were away, another earthquake occurred in Advina. It's good to see you return without any harm. So, what you're saying is that the militia captain deliberately used King Odin and Queen Romalda to absorb the power of the Tears of God? But then why did the militia captain go through this extra process to use the Tears of God? I think there might be a story behind all this that we don't know about. Wait, don't tell me I'm the only one who doesn't know. We're in this all together, you know? Maybe Salvis would know something about it. If you learn anything, make sure to tell me, okay?
The reason he had to go through that process is because the power of the Tears of God cannot be absorbed directly. And the reason why the powers of the 12 gods cannot be absorbed directly is because of the 13th being they oppose, Serpens. That's right. The militia captain is one of Serpens' souls that Kristen and I have been searching for. To explain everything, it would be necessary to tell the story of what I experienced during the Bellatus expedition 10 years ago. Before I completed the Zodiacs, I believed I had already reached the end. But what was beyond that light was the beginning of another. As I completed the Zodiacs, the souls of Serpens awakened once again. One part of Serpens' soul that was split into two remained dormant within my rune cast. That soul introduced itself as Dex, and it endlessly tried to whisper into my ears. I have spent my life trying to contain Dex. But then one day, during the Bellatus expedition, I discovered that another soul of Serpent's had revived. What I found in the battlefield was Serpent's other soul, a key, held within Prince Favina. Prince Lovia was doing his best to subdue a key, but he was nearing his limit. I could only think of one way to stop a key. Using the fact that the power of serpents cannot coexist with another gods, I began spreading the plague with the sacred arms of Vesper I found in Bellatus. As the plague spread, the life slaves lost their powers, and a key was forced out of Prince Favina's flesh. Then Prince Lovia asked me to seal up a key in his body instead. Afterwards, I entrusted Kristen to take care of Prince Lovia, and did everything I could to save Prince Favina's life. But then I realized, after taking care of everything, Dex, the voice which had continuously whispered into my ears, had disappeared. I suspect that he got away from me when I used the sacred arms of Vesper to get rid of Aki. Dex expanded the Rodonimo at a fearsome pace, and Aki disappeared after Lovia went missing. Aki and Dex are now taking action to become one again in Advina. I've done everything I could to stop them, but this is now a task that I alone cannot resolve. Will you please lend this old man your strength?
The advance party to the expansion base was defeated. Only a few survived. They say a child adept in magic was the one who defeated the knights. The Rune Hunters are ready to go to the expansion base. We'll move out as soon as you're ready.
Rune Hunter, the child that defeated the advance party, is reported to be at the extension restricted area. According to the knights, powerful life slaves began emerging near the area, so please, be careful.
There are still people who haven't evacuated. I think the Aefrost Knights failed to spot them. Perhaps we can help them out. If you have the time, try scouting around the area.
The advance party is composed of knights specifically selected by Captain Kristen. They learned their swordsmanship directly from Captain Kristen, so they must have been talented knights. I can clearly sense that the life slaves are growing stronger as we head deeper inside. The child is just up ahead. Take caution as you make your approach.
Hello, Rune Hunter. I've waited for this moment to surprise you. I'm sure you have lots of questions for me. Now I can just tell from the expression on your face. This puzzled look, and the perplexity, with the kindness that still worries for me. I understand. To you, Rune Hunter, I probably only looked like a helpless child who depended on you. Did you know? We've actually ran into each other before, back at Calicorda. And when I saw those innocent eyes of yours behind the bars, I just couldn't resist pulling a prank on you. I mean, Rune Hunter, I knew you'd do anything to help me out. Although I didn't expect you to care for the greater good when I was dying. Even if you were in a hurry, how could you give all the tears of God to Dex?
It pleases me that you're so naive.
Captain Kristen sent out an emergency call for you to come to the sanctuary. We finally found out where Militia Captain Dex is.
I guess it was Dex who took Prince Lovia from the solitary area. Prince Lovia spent years with a key sealed within himself. Even as his soul was being corrupted by a key, he only worried for the future of Traun. Aside from Prince Lovia, there are many who lost their lives because of a key and Dex. We should at least do everything we can for these poor souls. Traces of Dex were found at Pilgrim's Cave. Take a look at the place with other Rune Hunters.
What? You mean Weeper was Aki? Whatever Salvus and Leon said, I thought Weeper was a good kid. And Prince Favina was actually Dex? Do you think those two approached us intentionally? Once you find Dex, make sure he suffers. I can't shake off the feeling that I was fooled by him. I really felt like an idiot once I realized that. I was an idiot all along? Let's just say I was innocent. Anyway, I pray for your safe return. Good luck.
So, this is where the pagans experimented with the plague. The reason why there were a lot of Redanimo followers turned into life slaves was this. Let's move out with caution. But where is Lewin? I can't believe it, but I think Lewin got lost again. How did Verter make it with Lewin until now? This place is like a maze, so you should be careful not to get lost. If you happen to find Lewin, please look after him. I'll keep an eye out too.
I'm saved! I was about to give up hope of seeing anyone again. You remember I made it to the camp without anyone's help? So I boldly tried my luck again, and I didn't expect to find myself lost in this maze. I wonder where I messed up. Oh, I was told the Dex is at the baptism room. Let's get going.
Life slaves under Dex's command were too strong. Many of the knights fell. I am both sad and angry. How come my strength is never enough?
Oh, why are you making that face? I thought you would be happy to see me. Please don't think ill of me. I was only being faithful to the memory Aki gave me. At least my actions were truly based on the memories of the actual princes. Is there anything more important than memory when you're trying to steal someone's fate? I think it's a much better standard compared to appearances, which can change. Don't you agree? Well, in that sense, there is nothing worth believing in this world. Just like the 12 beings of Traun that are said to have created this world. Evil cannot have children once it's born, or so they say. How does that even make sense when I already exist? Don't you think it's time to accept the facts? The light of the 12 gods. Just because I was born from its dark side, I was split into two. Just like the princes who were split because of the conflicts within the Triad Kingdom that seemed peaceful on the outside. You will also realize it one day, Zodiac Walker. That the light you had believed in this horrendous world, was in fact the void all along.
They say Aki and Dex are at the Constellation of Authority together. No wonder they disappeared so easily. They say Salvus already left for the Constellation of Authority. We should return to Advina and join with the others.
Kristen rallied the remaining knights and followed after Salvus. And the Rune Hunters seemed very tense before the fight. I know there really isn't much I can do right now, except stay by your side. But I just wish I could do anything to help you out, even if it's trivial. So, if you have anything to ask of me, just tell me. I'm done with my preparations, so we can leave whenever you're ready.
Rune Hunter, we will handle things here. Make haste to the Constellation of Authority. Salvus is facing Aki and Dex all alone. He may be the Zodiac Master, but his opponent is the Evil God. They absorb the tears of God to become perfect. With that power, they will attempt to merge as one. We've already lost so much, we cannot lose any more. This is not an order, but a request. From now on, do not let anything go easily.
Watch out! Be careful!
I'm fine. I'll look after Pen for now. Hurry. The 13th being, the Serpens, must be stopped.
We will meet again soon.